you very much. My name is Julie Lee, and I am a co-coordinator, a tri-coordinator. There are three of us of Silent No More in Rhode Island. Silent No More is an organization comprised of men and women who have made the devastating choice of abortion and have regretted every minute of it. We talk about our testimony, the after effects of abortion, what it does to men, women, children, families, and also the healing mercy of God. But, you know, I was listening to all these stories and people, and so much comes up, you know, in this issue. And it seems we haven't learned from our history as human beings, whether by genocide, infanticide, slavery, human trafficking, or other acts of human rights violations, that human life holds value simply because it was created. Simply because it was created. The odd thing is we're not debating the creation of life right now. We are debating whether we get to destroy that life at any stage, at any cost, at any reason. You see, the abortionist earlier was talking about we don't know if the fetus is alive. Clearly we know the fetus is alive. All we have to do is look at an ultrasound and see that little fetus move. Movement must mean alive. And viability does not argue the existence of human life. It merely describes, and this is the definition, ability to survive or live successfully. But it does not negate the fact that the fetus is a human being. I find it bad law and completely unreasonable in Bill H. 5343 that the supporters of this bill want to leave it up to each individual abortionist to decide the viability of the fetus. Well, clearly there will be differences. And the term fetus is merely a stage of development, like toddler, like teenager, like elderly. It's a stage of development, yet still human. And if you can't define and agree when viability is, then it shouldn't be a deciding factor. Well, let's talk about viability, because there have been babies born at 24, 23, 22 weeks that are surviving and thriving outside of the womb and living into toddlerhood at least. In 2015, there was a published article in the New England Journal of Medicine showing growing numbers of premature infants surviving at 22 weeks outside of the womb. Somehow we think that a back alley abortion is terribly wrong, and yet we give a licensed physician the right to do the same thing. And there are women still dying. A couple of weeks ago, late-term abortionist Leroy Carhart killed a 38-year-old woman through an abortion, late-term abortion. Planned Parenthood had a lawsuit against them for killing a woman, Keisha Wilson's family. They settled outside of court. There's several other women. I don't want to butcher their names, but women are dying from abortion currently under a licensed medical physician. Nobody wants their daughter to have an unplanned pregnancy. They want better for their daughters, right? We want what's best for our daughters. I didn't want that for my daughters, but unfortunately, I have two daughters that I found in that situation. And one of my daughters connected with a young man we were not very happy with. But what kind of a mother would I be to say, well, kill your child, that will be better for you? Because now my grandson is 2 years old and he is the greatest joy of our life. Let me tell you, it was not easy. Embarrassing, yes, for our family, and embarrassing for her, and certainly financially difficult. But isn't that what we're supposed to do? We're supposed to care and support for our women and children. Women don't need abortion, they need support. I stand before you, I chose abortion. Not once, but 4 times. There was no limit for me. I could have gone in 20 times if I wanted to have abortions. Nobody puts a limit on the number of abortions a woman can have. Think of the damage that can cause. I have friends who are infertile because of abortion. We had a 20-year-old young woman that came to us. 20-year-old woman whose bowel was perforated. For the rest of her life, she has a colostomy bag, thanks to the abortion. You call that safe? You call that health care for women? I call that devastating. And I call that telling women that they're not worthy of support. They're not worthy of help. Just terminate, get rid of the problem. The problem is a human being, and the problem is that woman is going to bond with that baby. The hormones that get flooded into the woman's body, decades later, she'll realize what happened. That's what happened to me. 18 years after my first abortion, I realized the damage that I had done, and that's when I heard the heartbeat of the baby that I planned to keep. And I realized, what did I do? Oh my goodness, what did I do? Nobody told me about the development of my baby. Maybe I should have known from 8th grade life, biology, science, we learned that. The development of a fetus, of a human being, there's a development, there's a little body there. But you know, it's a selfish decision. I was selfish, even though my situation might have been heartbreaking. I had the audacity to think that my life was more important than the life that was growing within me. And I'll have to live with that the rest of my life. That I decided to kill my children because of my situation. Maybe I wasn't ready, I wasn't financially stable. I paid $400 to kill my child in the womb. And it's not 1%, I'm sorry. It's not 1% of women that regret their abortions. It's the best kept secret. There are many women suffering silently. So you might have some statistics somewhere, but not everybody comes out and tells everybody about their abortion. They keep it secret for many years. I don't know, it's just not a well thought out decision. Somebody said it's well thought out. It's a knee-jerk reaction to a situation you don't want to be in. And I bought it 4 times. And that hurts. It'll hurt me for the rest of my life. I won't know who those children could have been. But they would have been my children. They're still my children. I'm still a mother of those 4 children, even though I decided to abort them. Now I'm just a grieving mother of 4 dead children who I'm responsible for killing. I don't know, I'm a Catholic. I'm a convert. I'm converted to Catholicism, and I can't wrap my head around it. That Catholics and Christians are supporting abortion because, fundamentally we know that when we die, we will come face to face with God, our Creator. We'll come face to face. How do we answer for taking the most vulnerable, precious thing He gave us? Life. How do we answer for that? I have to answer for that when I face God. If you're not a Christian, you don't have to listen to what I'm saying, but if you're a Christian and a Catholic, please think about it. What will you say to the God of the universe who created all things, that you just devalued the most vulnerable human being? The most vulnerable. I mean, I don't know where we've come that we can say that life in the womb doesn't matter. There's shocking videos, I don't know if it came out, Planned Parenthood had a Dr. Deshawn Taylor, just came out this morning. She talks about how she changed procedures in order to get intact fetal parts for selling, but she preferred the dismemberment because it was easier on her biceps. Okay, this is an abortionist talking about the life she's about to take as if it's nothing. It's something because it was created. It's something. I'll adopt any baby. If somebody wants an abortion, come talk to me. There's room in my heart, in my home, for that baby. There's plenty of women who will do that. I know, it makes me sad. It makes me sad that we sit here and talk about this. Because I know intimately what abortion is. I know intimately. And I know nobody goes back to an abortion clinic for aftercare. Nobody does. Because they want to run so far away from their place, they realize how terrible it was. We see the women coming back. Yeah. I'm sorry, that's all I have. Thank you.